Italy isn't just a place to go on vacation and take photos of famous landmarks. It is a country where the past merges with the present, where every stone, every pattern on the facade of a building, and every street name fills the air with their mysterious history. A history that you can feel, experience, and immerse yourself into. Italy is the country of ancient Rome, romantic Venice, modern Milan, and picturesque Tuscany. Museums, cathedrals, palaces, unique landscapes, treasure troves, and galleries. All of this makes you fall in love with Italy once and for all. In today's video, I will tell you about 10 of the most interesting places in Italy that are definitely worth seeing. The capital of modern Italy, Rome, is more than just a city with a rich history. It's like a bridge between eras and cultures, allowing you to feel the history even in the stones that its streets are paved with. Located in the heart of Italy, Rome is a large and diverse city where incredible historical heritage and modern trends intertwine harmoniously. For over 25 centuries, Rome has remained a significant center for culture, power, and religion. The diversity and richness of its attractions are so vast that you can explore the city not just for weeks, but for months and even years. An abundance of ancient monuments, palaces, beautiful fountains, and rich museums, squares, and palazzos. The list of Rome's attractions is simply endless. And of course, Rome is unimaginable without the Vatican, one of the most incredible places in the entire Christian world. This country within country has become a symbol and an important tourist destination of modern Italy. Tourists from all over the world come to the Vatican to appreciate the scale and luxury of the Pope's residence. Every corner, every street, and every square in the city is a landmark worthy of attention. By the way, it is here that the Sistine Chapel is located. In addition to the Sistine Chapel, make sure to visit St. Peter's Basilica and the Vatican Gardens. The tall St. Peter's Basilica, over 130 meters, is the main attraction of the Vatican. Pay attention to the variety of sculptures and paintings created by talented geniuses in their time. Milan is the capital of the Lombardy region, the economic center of Italy, and the most populous city in the country. It never fails to attract a huge number of tourists who don't just want to get a taste of Milan's famous nightlife, but also to visit historical places and attractions, such as the incredibly beautiful Gothic Cathedral Duomo, the ancient shopping arcade Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II, the medieval Sforza Castle, the picturesque Sempione Park, and of course Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece, The Last Supper. Moreover, Milan can safely be called the gastronomic center of Italian cuisine. In this city, you can taste authentic traditional dishes and drinks, including world-famous varieties of white and red wines. And do I even have to mention the fact that Milan is the cradle of Italian fashion? It's a real paradise for shoppers. The city is home to boutiques of all kinds of global brands and fashion houses where you can definitely find something to your liking. Sometimes, due to its more modern architecture and pace of life, Milan may seem less Italian compared to other major cities in the country. However, this only adds to its unique character. Naples is one of the most famous Italian cities, the third largest after Rome and Milan, the largest city in southern Italy, and the capital of the Campania region. It is located in the picturesque bay of the Gulf of Naples. Most people associate Naples with two completely incompatible things: Mount Vesuvius and pizza. The first one brought the city its sad fame with its eruptions that caused the death of many people, while the second one brought happiness to thousands of people around the world by simply existing. Year after year, hundreds of tourists come here for the incredible pizza, and nothing can stop them. Naples is a city with an unbridled character, stunning panoramas, ancient Greek and Roman ruins, royal palaces, incredible sunsets, and unique elegance. It is the most vibrant and colorful city in Italy. The significance that the city played over the centuries is emphasized by the multitude of preserved architectural and cultural attractions, including the San Carlo Opera House, the Royal Palace, the Palace of Capodimonte, Castel dell'Ovo, and many others. Not far from the city, you can visit the ruins of Pompeii and Herculaneum, the islands of Capri, Ischia, and Procida, as well as the amazing, beautiful Amalfi Coast. The Italian Lake District is located in the northern part of the country and has been popular among travelers for over 100 years due to its mild climate and idyllic landscapes. The southern shores of most lakes are relatively flat, but their northern parts, backed by mountains, are usually much deeper. The largest and most visited lake is Lake Garda. It enchants with its landscapes, picturesque villages, and medieval castles. Lake Como is equally mesmerizing. Thanks to its extraordinary beauty, owning a villa here has been considered prestigious since the time of the Roman Empire. It's no wonder that Virgil and Pliny the Younger chose these places, while many of the famous modern-day businessmen and celebrities own properties here. Located slightly to the west, Lake Maggiore is less popular than the first two, although equally beautiful. The hills in the southern part of the lake and the mountains in the north protect Lake Maggiore from the winds, creating a gentle microclimate on its shores. That's why Lake Maggiore is highly popular with families seeking to have a relaxing vacation. Lake Bryas is located in South Tyrol and is one of the most beautiful in the region. Surrounded by the Dolomites, the lake is perfect for a romantic getaway during the summer. There are various hiking trails around that pass through some incredibly beautiful spots. There's also the option of mountain climbing in the Dolomites for those who prefer an active vacation. In addition to the magnificent nature, there is an old boathouse where you can rent a boat and take it to the lake. Venice. Who wouldn't love a city where the streets are made of water, the buses are boats, and the song of gondoliers lingers in the air? It's truly a magical place, and its main attraction for tourists is the city itself. The city center is the spacious St. Mark's Square, which is surrounded by several of the main tourist attractions. The Grand St. Mark's Basilica stands next to Doge's Palace, and from there you can enjoy the view of the tall Campanile. There are gondolas at the end of the square on the Grand Canal and gateways under the clock tower that lead to a labyrinth of narrow passages where you are sure to get lost on your way to the Rialto Bridge. Venice is rightly considered one of the most beautiful destinations in Europe. It's a unique city even for Italy, which is definitely rich in attractions. Surrounded by the Adriatic Sea on all sides, Venice is an archipelago of 118 islands connected by a multitude of ancient bridges and picturesque canals. The most famous of them is the Grand Canal, which seems to divide Venice into two parts. These scenic waterways and historic architecture have earned Venice a reputation as one of the most romantic cities in the world. It's no wonder that gondola rides are incredibly popular among couples in love. The heart of the city, St. Mark's Square, with its impressive cathedral, has served as a filming location for many filmmakers. And although the Doge's Castle and Rialto Bridge are among the most recognizable places in all of Italy, even without them, the city is famous for its rich museums, ancient churches, and numerous palaces. Venice's main attraction is its unique atmosphere, which attracts numerous tourists. The largest island in the Mediterranean Sea is Sicily. It is an autonomous region of Italy, which also includes several smaller islands. It is separated from the Calabria region on the mainland by the Strait of Messina, which is about 3 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. Being at the crossroads of trade routes for centuries, Sicily played a crucial role for many Mediterranean civilizations and, in the middle of the first millennium, was even considered the most densely populated region on the planet. Thanks to this, the island has preserved an enormous number of historical and cultural landmarks, from the ancient temples in Agrigento to Baroque churches in Palermo. Mount Etna, the largest active volcano in Europe, is located in the eastern part of the island. Its dimensions surpass even Mount Vesuvius. Mount Etna rises to 3,300 meters above sea level. There are hundreds of craters located on its slopes, which erupt lava periodically. Every few months there are small eruptions, and every few years there are major ones. Each time there is a risk of destruction and casualties for those who live at the foot of the mountain. However, the soil there is so fertile and rich in minerals due to the eruptions that many people are willing to take this risk. After all, good soil guarantees an excellent harvest. It's highly unlikely that there are any travelers today who haven't heard of the tragedy of the ancient city of Pompeii, buried under a layer of ash due to the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. However, it wasn't always this way. For about 1,500 years after the fateful eruption, all knowledge of the existence of this large Roman city was completely lost, up until the late 16th century when a part of its city wall was accidentally discovered. The excavations, however, were only initiated in 1748, and to the great surprise of archaeologists, they gradually uncovered an entire ancient city. Actually, excavations in Pompeii continue to this day. The archaeological site is located near modern-day Naples, and visiting it can provide a fresh perspective on the everyday life of ancient Romans. The best preserved parts include the arena, the large palaestra, theaters, baths, the lupanar with its famous frescoes on frivolous themes, as well as parts of residential houses and Roman villas. The Villa of Diomedes is also worth a visit. It is there that 20 people who perished during the volcano eruption were discovered during the Pompeii excavations. The artist decoration of buildings in Pompeii is striking with its attention to various aspects of life and the level of execution. Paintings depicting birds, animals, and fish were placed in the city's buildings and used to serve as a replacement for wallpapers and tapestries. The originals are currently kept in a museum in Naples, while the everyday life of the ancient city has been recreated in Pompeii by museum workers. Located in the southwest region of Campania, the Amalfi Coast is famous for its beauty, making it one of the most popular destinations in all of Italy. The coastline is only about 50 kilometers long, but this relatively short road can outshine a much longer journey. Along the entire coast, there are around 24 picturesque towns and small villages surrounded by lemon and orange groves. Its capital is the town of Amalfi. It can barely even be called a city nowadays, but at one point it was the center of a powerful maritime republic and one of Italy's largest trade ports. Positano, a former fishing village transformed into a popular resort, and Sorrento, a charming town with medieval architecture, deserve no less attention. The places have been visited by Georg Wilhelm Hegel, Stendhal, Nietzsche, Byron, and Gorky. Amalfi is connected to its neighbor, Atrani, by a small pedestrian tunnel right under the cliff that separates these two settlements. First and foremost, visit the Cathedral of St. Andrew the Apostle, the main attraction of the Italian resort. After that, make sure to stroll down the alleys of the town, where you can find interesting souvenir shops and get to taste the local dishes. Tuscany is the most famous and beloved region of Italy among travelers. It is known for its picturesque views, diverse landscapes, lush olive groves, and numerous vineyards. Tuscany's history is so rich in events that even the most seasoned travelers will be impressed by the variety of experiences in this region alone. From wine tasting in Chianti to exploring quaint medieval towns like St. Gimignano and immersing in the history of Renaissance art. Siena, with its medieval historic center, so perfect that it is considered a UNESCO World Heritage Site, definitely deserves special attention. The island of Elba, which served as a place of exile for Napoleon, as well as Pisa, famous worldwide for its Square of Miracles and the Leaning Tower, are not to be missed. Pisa is known as a river city, and there are many natural thermal springs around it, which have long become a vacation destination. Therefore, a trip to Pisa can be dedicated to both cultural events and enjoying hot springs. But even among all the rich Tuscan destinations, stories, and activities, the true gem is the regional capital, Florence. The cradle of the Renaissance and the city that gave the world such geniuses as Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Donatello, Galileo, Dante, and Machiavelli. This is where the Uffizi Gallery is located, which is one of the oldest and most famous museums in the world, as well as the immense dome of the cathedral, built by Filippo Brunelleschi in the 15th century. While wandering through Florence and its surroundings, you will discover lesser-known hidden corners, among which parks and gardens are undoubtedly of interest. The Cinque Terre National Park is relatively small. It occupies only 12 kilometers of the Ligurian coastline, but has gained wide popularity far beyond Italy. The name Cinque Terre translates literally to 5 lands and unites 5 small villages: Monterosso, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarola, and Rio Maggiore. Currently, all of them are protected by UNESCO. Cinque Terre owes its popularity to its stunningly beautiful landscapes, man-made terraces, and numerous attractions from medieval and even ancient periods. Automobile traffic within the park is extremely limited, making it a true find for hikers. Moreover, the villages, each with its own unique charm, are connected by tourist paths. The most romantic of them is considered the Path of Love, leading from Rio Maggiore to Manarola. Friends, that's all for today. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and see you soon!